Good morning everyone. Okay, we are in our additional mathematics class today. Okay, today our topic will be chapter 3, system of equation. Okay, when you go for system of equation here, we are going to learn about solving the equation here. Okay, when we want to solve the equation, we will be using two methods to solve the equation. The first method will be elimination and the second method will be substitution. Okay, I will first show you the method of elimination. Later we will discuss on substitution method. Okay, when you go for the first subtopic here, it will be 3.1 system of linear equations and in three variables. When you go for linear equation here, linear means power of 1. So you can say in every equation here you will be having highest power of 1 for the variables given here, and it has been stated 3 variables because you will be having 3 variables in each of the equation. Okay, variables means the alphabets x, y and z here. Okay, so when you go for elimination method, first we are going to do what? We are going to name the equation or number the equation using numbers. Equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. Okay, so we have numbered the equation. Okay, why we are numbering the equation? Because we need to recognize the equation. Okay, second step we are going to do what? We are going to undergo elimination method. Due to that, we are going to relate equation 1 and 2. That means we are going to do elimination between equation 1 and 2, and we are going to do elimination between equation 2 and 3. By doing elimination between these two equations, we will be getting another new equation. So we go for the elimination method now. In equation 1 and 2, first we have to compare the variables. Okay, if you see here, you got x and 2x, 2y and y, z and 3z. Okay, all the variables here do not have same numbers. That means they do not have same value of coefficient. Okay, if we do not have any same values here means we cannot do elimination. So we will do what? We will select either one of the equation here and we will be making the variables value to be equal. That means, example, we can select equation 1. After selecting equation 1, I am going to multiply equation 1 with 2. If you multiply equation 1 with 2, you will be getting 2x. When you already make the x to become 2x, your 2x and 2x here will be equal. So I am going to eliminate the x here. Okay, so I will take equation 1 and I will multiply 2. So I am going to multiply 2 here. You will be getting 2x plus 4y minus 2z equals to negative 2. So I am repeating again equation 1 and I am multiplying with 2. The purpose why I am multiplying with 2, because I want to make my x values to be equal. So x times 2 will be 2x, 2y multiplied 2 will be 4x, and negative z multiplied 2 will be negative 2z. Negative 1 multiplied 2 is negative 2. So we already created one new equation here. Okay, we already modified the equation and created new equation. We can name it as equation 4 now. Okay, so after naming equation 4, we are going to do what? This equation 4 and equation 2 will be compared. If you compare equation 4 and 2 here, you can see 2x and 2x will be having the same values. Okay, if 2x and 2x having the same value means we can minus the equation to cancel off the x. So I will do what? I will do either 4 minus 2 or 2 minus 4. So in this case, I am taking 4, I am going to minus with equation 2. So if I take equation 4 minus equation 2, 2x minus 2x will be 0. 4y minus y will be 3y. Negative 2z minus positive 3z will be negative 5z. Okay, equals negative 2 minus 6 will be negative 8. Okay, this one will be equation number 5. Okay, now we go for equation 2 and 3. The first part already done. Okay, we go for the second part. Okay, equation 2 and 3. In equation 2 and 3, you already having same values of x, so we can eliminate x directly. So in this case, I can eliminate the x directly by taking 3 minus 2 or 2 minus 3. In this case, I am going to take 3 minus with 2. That means equation 3 minus equation 2. 2x minus 2x 0. Negative y minus y will be negative 2y. 4z minus 3z will be z. And 9 minus 6 will be 3. Okay, this one will be another new equation. Okay, from equation 2 and also 3. And this equation will be numbered as equation 6. So you got equation 5 and equation 6 now. We are going to do what? We are going to do simultaneous equation. We are going to follow elimination method again in order to solve these two. Okay, that means by solving these two equations, we will be getting the y value and the z value. So if you see here, you won't be having any same values of z here, and the y value is also not same. So I will do what? I will take equation number 6. And I will multiply with 5 because I want to make my z to be equal. So if I take equation number 6 and multiply 5, I'll be getting negative 10y plus 5z equals to 15. This is equation number 7. Okay. And we are going to take equation number 7 and equation 5 now, and we are going to compare. Okay. In equation number 7 and equation number 5, okay, you can see the values of z is actually equal, but the sign of z is different. If the values are equal and the sign is different, means in order to eliminate z, we have to add the equation. Okay, if the values are same and the sign are also same, means we have to minus. If the values are same but the signs are different, means we need to plus. So when you go for equation number 7 and equation number 5, we are going to add up the equations in order to eliminate the z. So when you add up the equation, negative 10y plus with 3y will be negative 7y. Positive 5z minus positive 5z plus negative 5z will be 0. So z will be 0. 15 plus negative 8. The answer will be 7. Okay, in this case, I already having negative 7y equals to 7. Okay, so I can find out my y. So the y will be equals to negative 1. Negative 7 from here will go there and divide. 7 divided negative 7 will be negative 1. So we already find out our first answer. Y is equals to negative 1. Now we go for the value of y. We can use the value of y and we can find out, okay, z also. Example, we can take y equals to negative 1. Okay, we can substitute this value y equals to negative 1 into any of the equation here. Example, let's say I am selecting equation number 6. Okay, and I am going to substitute y equals to 1 here. My equation number 6 will be negative 2y plus z equals to 3. Okay, so in this case, I am going to substitute y as negative 1. So negative 2 multiply negative 1 will be positive 2. Positive 2 shifted to the other side will be minus 2 and your z will be 1. We already find out y and we already find out z. Okay, now we need to find out x only. Since we already having the value of y and z, we can substitute both of this value in any of the previous equation, either equation 1, 2 or 3. So let's say I'm selecting equation 1 and I'm going to substitute y equals to negative 1 and z equals to 1 into equation 1. So my equation 1 is x plus 2y minus z equals to negative 1. Since y is negative 1, I can substitute y as negative 1 here and z is 1. So you can substitute z as 1 here. So positive 2 multiply negative 1 will be negative 2 minus 1 equals to negative 1. Negative 2 and negative 1 will be negative 3 equals to negative 1 and negative 1 or negative 3 shifted to the other side will be positive 3. So finally your x will be 2. So we already find out the value for y, z and x. So our x is 2 whereas y will be negative 1 and z will be 1. So this is the way of solving the equation by elimination. So I will start again, I will be explaining for you again. If you see here, our first step will be numbering the equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. Our second step, we have to compare the equation. So we can select equation 1 and 2, we can compare it. Equation 2 and 3 we can compare it. If you want to compare equation 1 and 3 also can. Okay. So I am just comparing equation 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 because in equation 2 and 3 you already having 2x and 2x which can be eliminated easily. Okay, in equation 1 and 2 I am having x and 2x. So in x and 2x you will be having x and 2x. I can change the x into 2x by multiplying 2. So it will be easier for me to eliminate the x out. So when you want to do the elimination method, the first step that you people have to do is what? First number the equation. Second step, you need to select the variable. Whether you want to select x, y or z. Okay, in this case I am selecting x and I am comparing the equation. So I am selecting x. Okay, so in equation 1 and 2 I am comparing x and 2x. So I am taking equation 1 and I am multiplying with 2. Okay, and I am making the x values to be equal. And later on I will be numbering it as equation 4 and I am going to use equation 4 and equation number 2 and I am going to minus it. Why? Since my 2x becomes equal, I can minus the equation to eliminate the x out. Okay, and later on I am comparing equation 2 and equation 3 and I am minusing equation 2 and 3 in order to remove my x also. So I'll be getting two new equations with two variables y and z and I'm solving these two equations, okay, to find out the value for y and the value of z. After finding value of y and z, you just have to select any of the equation, okay, among equation 1, 2 or 3 and you just have to substitute all the two values, okay, y and z, and you can find out the other variable also x. Okay, if we want to select y and we want to do elimination also can be done. Let's say you don't want to select x and you are going to select y means, okay, you have to compare the y values. So in this case, equation 2 and 3, okay, we can add up together. When you add equation 2 and 3, you can make the y values to be eliminated. Because in this case, why I am telling we have to add up? Because y will be positive and in this case, y is negative. If your signs of the y is actually different means we need to add up in order to eliminate it. Okay. And equation 1 and 2, if you want to eliminate y means we need to take equation 2 and we have to multiply 2. After that only the values will be equal and we can eliminate. So the first thing is actually what? We have to select the alphabet, any one of the alphabet, and we have to do the elimination method. That is the first thing. So you can select any alphabet that you want and you have to follow the steps one by one and you have to find out the variables. Okay, that's all. Thank you.